when it comes to racetracks, I feel like two sayings that are normally true is that Rome wasn't built in a day and that it takes a village. And we're here for opening day, soft opening really weekend, with a lot more plans still to come for 2025 for Colorado Karting Circuit at Centennial Airport with Todd Varney and Greg Welch and the entire team here. But the Rome wasn't built in a day doesn't quite apply, Todd. This has been, I think, the quickest coming together of a racetrack I've ever seen.
Yeah, we've been really blessed with a lot of help from our team. Ian Kunchez, Greg, myself, and the contractors and subcontractors really stepped it up. And a big part of it was being able to plan in advance. We knew from the airport authority that we were the winning team, and we just had to go through about a 2-month process of getting all the lease documentation done. So we went ahead and pulled the trigger and all the planning. So when we signed the lease on June 14th, we were ready to start working on the grounds and the asphalt the very next day. And by July 1st, we had about 75 people out here putting a few inches of new asphalt down and 2,100 feet of new curb and gutter. So we're pretty excited about it.
And Greg, I mean, you know, you and I joked about this a couple months ago when the plans finally all came together. You know every inch of this place. So what does it feel like for this soft opening day to finally arrive and to see the track the way it is?
Yeah, it's incredible for sure. And I'm extremely happy with the way the surface turned out. The track is super smooth, it drives really good, and feedback from drivers has been nothing but positive. And you know, seeing everyone smile at the end of the day, it makes the last 2 months of effort really worth it.
And for Todd, I mean, you're a racing dad, right? That's what's kind of gotten you in, especially the last few years racing with your son Travis. So what does it mean to be able to have this weekend come together and to have a project like this?
It's pretty incredible. You know, we didn't grow up in karting. We've only been in it a little over 4 years. So to go from, you know, a newbie in Briggs and me trying to be my own wrench to owning a racetrack and having amazing partners, it's just really special. After retiring from the previous industry I was in, I spent a year relaxing, and I realized I'm not the relaxation kind of guy. So what's the exact opposite? A high-speed racetrack.
Well, we're right here at the Kart Chaser start finish line, but this is just one of the super cool aspects that's already done in the 63 days since this track, pen to paper, began work. There's a lot more also to come over the winter and into 2025, but at least for now, we want to show you some of the cool parts that are here today and what's going to be coming in the near future. So we've got karts on the racetrack, curbs painted, track resurfaced and paved, but that's really just the start of everything that's going on here at Colorado Karting Circuit at Centennial Airport. We talked with Greg Welch and Todd Varney. The other third partner in this equation is Ian Kunchez. Now Ian, where we're standing is where the main building is going to be. Tell us a little about it.
Yeah, so we're building a 45 by 75 foot main check-in building. Main floor it'll be check-in, our event space, offices, all the public facing stuff on that main floor. We'll have a small outdoor patio area that can be rented for event space, and then some landscaped area on that side of the building. Upper floor is going to be 2,000 square foot, about the mezzanine area that we're going to do a bar restaurant, some minor small food service with a covered patio, deck area going to overlook the track.
And that all starts right here, right?
Yep.
So right at this corner kind of divides it over to the patio, and you get a covered grid too, right?
We do. So it'll be really nice to get out of the sun, get out of the heat, get the grid covered. It's a nice big space, 30 feet by 75, so we should be able to fit most of a race grid underneath in the shade. And then building goes 45 feet that direction, and then 75 feet down towards our temporary structures there.
So moving down to the end of the front straightaway here today, going counterclockwise, that makes this turn one. But Greg, especially as a driver coach, as a team owner, and as someone that knows this track inside and out, what makes Centennial so cool as a driver?
I'd say one of the first elements that makes it kind of unique and different and very fun as a driver is the elevation, right? We probably have just over 40 feet of elevation from the high point to the low point, and there's sections of track where it'll do 20 or 30 feet in a corner or in two corners, right? So there's sections where it's up and down and up and down, and as a driver it makes it feel, you know, a little bit like a roller coaster, and definitely adds a good element to it.
And this track is safe enough to run both ways, backwards and forward.
Yep.
What are some of the differences from going either direction?
You know, it's funny because it gears the same and the lap time's about the same, and it drives completely different. Like there's just sections that are just completely different which direction you're running. So as a driver, it's really fun and it's really challenging to you know, come out and run it in the two directions.
And you know, Todd, looking back down the straightaway here, the striping's amazing, the curbs look amazing. I mean, this is picture perfect. Is this exactly how you kind of envisioned this day would go?
Almost. I think the track and the experience is perfect. We need a little more rain to green up our seating. So we want this place to be lush and want the trees to be growing. So I think we need about another month or so before we're green. But from a track experience, people are raving about it. It's beyond my expectations. And I actually drove 3 days this week, which is 2 days more than I've ever driven in my life in a go-kart. So I think I'm hooked. You might see me in a race, not winning, but racing.
Along with the building, you guys have garages planned.
Yes.
So this is exactly where all the garage bays are going to be, 2 buildings, right?
Yes, two garage buildings. We have a larger main building, or larger garage building, starting 40 feet off of our main building. It's a nice pit lane through there. They're 30 feet off this fence behind us. So this will all be paved. We'll have garages facing both sides, track side and back side. And the garage owners have their own private gate so they can access the hot pit without going down to the test and tune area.
And you guys have already moved super fast on just getting the track open, repave, curbs, everything like that. What's the estimated timeline for the garage project and the major 2-story building down the front stretch?
Yeah, so our current goal is to have all of our approvals from the airport authority in September at their board meeting. We'll immediately go to CDs and get submitted to the building department with a May or June target date for completion next year.
Last cool bit of this property with all the elevation is not only is the elevation on the racetrack, but it extends into the paddock and the viewing area. So Todd, talk to us a little bit about this viewing path. I mean, this is such a cool area for all the parents to walk around, and you get to see really the whole track from up here.
Yeah, we're really excited to be able to create this area. Very few tracks in the country you can see every corner and where your driver is. So we created this area. How long is this, Ian? About
550 feet.
550 feet. We fenced it off, the 4-foot fence, so you can come up here, bring a chair, bring a pop-up, watch your driver, enjoy the views. We can watch the sunsets, also see planes taking off and landing. So it's a really neat spot that we're excited to present. And it also will keep some of that spectator flow out of the pit area where a lot of people just don't need to be.
Greg, I want to start with you and then we'll go down the line to everyone. What does it mean to kind of have this kind of progress so quick and then to have so many exciting new projects in the pipeline to continue building?
Yeah, it's been an incredible project for sure. It's been something that's been really fun to be a part of, and getting a chance to see everyone on track this weekend and talking to all the drivers and hearing how much fun everyone had with the surface. You know, it was really cool to see. I mean, the sky's the limit for this place, and we're excited to keep building.
Ian, what about you? What's this journey been like, and what does this all mean to have it all come to fruition this weekend and more?
It's been crazy. We never thought this place was coming back, and the fact that we're able to reopen it here and get people back on track is incredible. So.
And Todd, to sign it out, closing thoughts to anyone that's watching this, seeing the track for the first time, maybe you haven't checked it out yet?
Just really appreciate all the response we've gotten so far and appreciate you guys coming out. It's just the beginning. We have a very long-term lease. We have this place for 45 plus years, so we're going to continue to improve and evolve. And if the first weekend is any indication of what drivers will be experiencing, I think the country's in for a real treat with future races and events here.